Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Carla and I make videos about showing up for yourself. And by showing up for yourself, I managed to overcome my mental health issues, transform my entire life and lose 183 pounds. And I talk about that and many other things about life after weight loss, fashion, beauty, mental health, personal development and different kind of things, and weight loss tips obviously here on my Half of Carla page. So if that's something you're interested in, please, I'm begging you, please subscribe. It really helps my channel. It helps YouTube to push it out there and to do things, and helps me to continue to produce content like this. So guys, in today's video, I'm going to be chatting to you about a challenge that I am giving myself. And it is a 28-day challenge to help me to improve my gut health. So I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of gut health and why gut health is so important. You know, it's called our second brain. If our guts aren't working right, there's there's issues. Now, I have not had very good gut health since the age of 18, when I lost 6 stone, which is give or take 90 pounds with keto, or with Atkins, the original Atkins diet. And I was consuming an awful lot of butter, animal products, animal meats and cream during that time, because that's what keto and Atkins was and is, and it had a serious effect on my gut health, and I have never been okay since. So I basically developed IBS, and I have lived with that now for the guts of 20 years. So it's been an interesting journey. Now, I have also, this is like an intro into why I'm doing this. So over the last 20 years, obviously I've had issues with my guts, and I've also had issues, you know, like with, I'm gonna spare you the details of my gut health, but you can use your imagination. I have also got psoriasis. I have psoriasis on my scalp. I have it on my arms. I've developed a new type of psoriasis. I can show you here. And this is pretty much at bay because I've just moisturized myself, but I basically have something similar to that in the majority of my body. And it's very annoying, and psoriasis is an autoimmune disease, and therefore it is incurable, but you can do things to help it. And I have heard that there is a connection between your gut health and psoriasis, and lately my gut health ain't been so good, and my psoriasis has been on fire, like absolutely, like my scalp, I just want to rip it out, my body, everything. We're not in a good place. And so I want to challenge myself to help me to improve my gut health over the next 28 days. So when you're watching this video, it's going to be the 1st of February. And what I'm going to be embarking on this journey from the 1st of February for 28 days to see how I get on. And I will probably maybe do an interim video to let you guys know how I'm getting on. If that's something you're interested in, please let me know in the description box or in the comments down below. I have done some kind of challenges like this over the last number of years. I like to challenge myself. Obviously I have had a very significant weight loss journey. That was a challenge in myself. I gave up smoking, I gave up drinking, and I gave up smoking and drinking in a very similar way. I have been put back on my antidepressant medication after my postpartum depression. My postpartum depression came back with a vengeance around Christmas time, and I chose to go back onto the pills with the guidance of my doctor or my GP, and I feel much better. Now, the one implication that that medication has on my system is it gives me acid reflux, and it gives me issues with my guts. Now, I'm aware that gut health is extremely trendy at the moment, and it's something, you know, like Tim Spector is kind of everywhere, and I'm not doing this in terms of like to jump on a trend. I'm doing this because I think this is a good time for me to challenge myself. Now, I'm not doing this under the guidance of a medical professional or anything like that. So I am not a medical professional. I'm not telling you that this is what you should do. But I know for me, there are things that I can do and things I probably should stop doing that might help me to improve my gut health, and therefore see if it has an impact on the rest of my body. So in terms of my skin, I've also had some serious breakouts over the last couple of weeks, and I do believe they're hormonal, related to the postnatal depression and my skin basically, and also my mood, because, you know, postnatal depression, hormones, and balancing everything out. So what I have decided to do is to do kind of a multi-step challenge to myself. I was very kindly gifted Simprove by Mars Pharmacy, and I'll leave the link down below. This is my second time trying Simprove, and it is live bacteria. You get it in I'll leave a picture here, you get it in a bottle and you drink a shot of it every morning. I have the passion fruit and mango flavor. It's a little vinegary, it's fine. It's vegan, it's all natural, but the idea is that it gets the live bacteria into your guts as easily and as absorbable as possible. There are very much so two parties kind of talking about Simprove. They're like, this is not a thing, this is like, it's no use, and people saying it's transformed their lives. So they very kindly gifted me that. Una, I met Una at an event in December, and she sent it out to me, Una from Mars Pharmacy, and I have been trying it, but since I've been trying it, I've been put back on the postnatal depression medication, which is actually the first time I was trying it. The reason I tried it at the start is for the postnatal depression medication. Now, at the start, I was on a heavier dose, so it was like trying to, this is gonna be really graphic, trying to like plug a dam with like a champagne cork. Let's put it that way. It wasn't doing anything. I have 4 weeks left of my Simprove. It's a 12-week course of Simprove and 12 bottles, and you take the shot every single morning. And I happen to have 4 left. So I figured, let's try and incorporate that for February. 28 days basically should lead me up to the end of February, and I want to see how I feel. And so I'm going to be taking my Simprove every single morning. There are things that I am going to be cutting out of my diet. The first one is sugar. Now, I don't consume that much sugar on a daily basis. I have developed more of a sweet tooth since I've had Brannock, and when I was pregnant, I had a massive sweet tooth. Now, I do like something sweet, so I like to have like chocolate and things like that. Like I would probably eat a load of jellies if I allowed myself to. Partial to now a bit of cake or a bun or something like that. And I kind of got into a habit of, in maintenance, because I have the calories, just eating something with sugar for the sake of it, or because I wanted it. And sugar does not agree with me very well, and I know that sugar can have an effect on psoriasis, on your mood, and I definitely does a spike and a dip, and it can have an effect on your gut. And on your acid reflux, because I know from personal experience that it has an issue on my acid reflux. So when I say gut health, I'm really talking about my digestive health, actually. I probably should say that, improving my digestive health. And so that is the second thing that I'm going to be doing. So first is Simprove, the second then is cutting out sugar completely. The only sugars that I will be taking are natural sugars, and I will be using, if I want something sugary, like a sugar kind of substitute, I will be taking chicory root syrup, which is it's a product that has a very low GI index, so it doesn't spike your insulin, and it's quite good for you. It's full of fiber as well, and it's vegan, so it actually tastes like vegan honey. It is like, they call it vegan honey. So actually I was gifted 1 jar of that, as I bought another jar. So just to be fully transparent, also this is not a paid promotion, like this is me doing this by myself. So the third thing that I'm going to be cutting out of my diet, or third thing that I'm doing, is cutting out artificial sweeteners completely. I don't believe, and I know that Tim Spector speaks about this, and I've heard a couple of other people talk about it, I don't believe that artificial sweeteners are in any way good for you. And I do believe that they are having an impact on my gut health. And and also, like, I'm aware of this. I'm not asking anybody to jump on the train and tell me how bad things are. Like, I'm aware. I eat really well, and I would just like to see if these changes can make an impact on my gut health. I know that artificial sweeteners are really not good for you, and I take 3 artificial sweeteners in my coffee every single day, every coffee that I take, and I drink a lot of coffee. So I am going to be cutting them out. I will allow myself, I take 1 coffee every morning. That is like my coffee. I need it for my ADHD. It helps to align me. I don't need it, but I choose to have it for my ADHD. It helps to align me, helps with my postnatal depression, just helps me to focus and kind of bring myself together. I would be allowing myself 1 teaspoon of coconut sugar in that, so I can really enjoy it until I wean myself fully off it. And then for the rest of my coffees for the rest of the day, I will not be taking any sugar or any sweetener in them, which is... Now, I used to drink coffee with no sweetener and no sugar in it, so I'm gonna see what it's like. I'm also not gonna be drinking any kind of diet drinks or anything like that, or any kind of fizzy drinks, because I just don't wanna be consuming any artificial sweeteners. And the only sweet thing that I will allow myself to have, if I can find them, are the Millionaire balls by Bounce. They do have artificial sweetener in them, so I might actually end up not having them all, and I might not be able to find them because they're really hard to find in Ireland at the moment. I don't know what's going on with them, but anyway, I digress from that. So that is, so I'm cutting, so basically taking my Simprove every single morning, cutting out sugar completely, cutting out artificial sweetener, and then the final one is cutting out oats. So I have never had a really good relationship with porridge or oats of any kind on my gut health. They just don't seem to really agree with me. Gluten I'm fine with, it doesn't really have any impact on me, but oats seem to really impact me. And I switched, after I had Brannock, I switched from almond and or cashew milk to oat milk. And I drink a lot of coffee, and probably reducing my coffee might help as well. And I think that doing all of this will end up reducing my coffee. So, but I love coffee. But anyway, I'm going to be switching back to almond milk when I'm out and cashew milk when I'm at home. I love cashew milk, it's really creamy. And so they're the kind of like the main 4 areas that I'm going to be working on. I'm also going to be continuing to up my water and just see, and eating as close to the ground as possible. So they're the 4 things that I'm going to be doing actively, and see if they have a ripple impact then across my life, see if they have any impact on my mental health, any impact on my skin health, and any impact on my digestive health. So if you guys want to join me, please let me know if it's something that you're interested in, in doing with me and seeing how you get on. I would love for you guys to join me, and we can have little conversations in the comments. I'm also going to be talking about it on my Instagram as well, and probably on my TikTok. I might do more on my TikTok about it, just kind of like ad hoc videos, but I'm intrigued to see how it goes. I know from myself that after 28, 30 days of doing something, I tend to kind of stick to it. So I'm interested to see how I get on with, if I'll ever go back to sweeteners, if I'm like, I don't want this in my life anymore. I think that's all really good to not have. So I'm not trying to be strict with myself. This is purely for my health. This is not about weight. So just out of curiosity, I'm wondering, will I lose weight when I'm doing this? Will I need to increase my calories again? So currently I'm 149 pounds, so it's on the higher end of my maintenance range. Still within my maintenance range, but it's a bit high. I would like it to be a little bit lower. So I'm gonna see if that has any impact on it as well. I might do my measurements as well, just to see on my guts areas. I also have some inflammation still from my C-section, so I'm interested to see if taking any of these things that are inflammatory will have an impact on my gut health as well. So guys, if you'd like to join me, please let me know. And if you've made it to the end of this video, leave me a white heart in the comments down below. And I look forward to this journey. I look forward to the challenge and seeing what happens. And I look forward to speaking to you guys about it as well. So I will talk to you all very soon. Please don't forget to subscribe. Join me on Instagram, join me on TikTok. Everything is under HalfofCarla, Carla with a C. And I love you all and thank you all so much. Bye guys. I might just do a little bit of a YouTuber tilt. Oh, she's tilting. For me, whereas we have light. Sorry, we have natural light coming in. I was trying to get there before the sun, but it wasn't happening. It's Ireland, we have sun in January. Oh Jesus.